What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Friday, baby. It's Friday. Let's go. 6th of May. 6th of May. What's up, guys? Uh, Day 3 of our Hand Fate 2 playthrough, yeah. I love the game. It's so much fun. I'm enjoying it very much. So, Lost Ark content today or tomorrow and Sunday, and as we do on the weekends right now, and then um, Valheim next week, possibly starting on Monday. Depends on how good I feel about how much we get done today in Hand of Fate 2. Yeah, but Valheim will be next. I just don't know if we're starting it on Monday or like maybe Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Just depends on how gameplay feels today as we move forward. I spent too much time trying to get gold on one of the maps. I think what I'm going to do is just press, and then we'll use Hand of Fate 2. We'll try to get through as much of the campaign as we can today, and we'll use Hand of Fate 2 as another one of those kind of games we can fall back on when we need a day or two of just some filler content or whatever. Yeah. Again, I like having a few of those. We're getting to where we have some of those now, and Hand of Fate 2 could be a lot of fun to just have another one of those kind of card games sitting in our back pocket there. So I hope everybody's day is going very well. It is always a pleasure to be here and hang out with you guys. Let's do what we do, right? Let's get into our gaming news. Gaming news segment. Let's go. Let's get it. Um, okay. So now you can play Fortnite on your iPhone or Android for free with Xbox Cloud. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how people play FPS games on a little mobile phone. Uh, I don't even like playing them on a controller. Have like 10 of them. 10 what, Wick? What are you talking about? I don't understand how people can play like an FPS on a little like mobile device, not using actual peripheral like controllers and stuff like that. Yo, did you see? I tagged you, man. Games you haven't finished. Whatever, dude. How many have I finished though? Name them. Name those 10, Wick. Let's hear it. Name those 10, dude. Go. Yeah, you did. You totally saw it. Yeah. Defeated Crosby. That's what we're going to call that GIF. Defeated Crosby. Deflated. Broken. Broken Glass Crosby. That's what we'll call it. Broken Glass Crosby, dude. uh, how you doing, buddy? We don't have 10 games we haven't finished. You troll. He didn't really score. I actually didn't see it. I didn't see it. I saw the score and I was like, Wick's gonna be upset, so I had to kind of troll a little bit and throw that GIF in Discord. I knew I knew you weren't gonna be happy. Uh, it was probably a closer game than the score shows. Yeah, I'm guessing. I didn't see that game, but I'm guessing it was a closer game than what the score shows. That's usually the case. So now you can play Fortnite on your iPhone or Android. We'll talk about it. We'll pull it up. We'll see. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, they get a couple of open netters. Oh, Miss Pacman clears path to World Video Game Hall of Fame. There we go. So they finished the inauguration of uh, bringing in games to this year's Hall of Fame. So we'll see which ones got selected. Second. Induction, I guess it would be not inauguration, but an induction. That's you know what I mean, man. Words and things. Uh, Dude, that game looks really cool. Uh, are you playing it on Game Pass or did you actually grab it somewhere? 'Cause it's on Game Pass, right? This month, pretty sure. Yeah, it looks really neat, dude. It looks really neat. It does. It does. So let's go to Zelda Ocarina of Time has also got into the Hall of Fame. Cool. Let's go with we'll go with AP News, not Nintendo Live. We talked about DDR5 now being produced by G Skill and kind of how that's going to work out moving forward. Look at yesterday's news segment if you're interested. Yeah, 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 yep. Cool, cool, good, man, good, good. Yeah, 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 good, 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 good. Yep, right on. Just wanted to make sure you weren't like paying for it or whatever, because it was. I knew it was going to be free on Xbox, so I was going to be like, dude, you need to get your money back. We've already talked about Bungie stepping up and you know they're taking a beating right now for letting everybody know where their values lie as a corporation, and you know what? Good for them. Good for them. Most companies don't want to uh, tread into that kind of territory, but I think it's important for you know it shows that Bungie is a at least a company that look. There's I would say that there are very, 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 very few, if not, all companies in the world are going to have some kinds of internal issues and things like that. But to have a company that obviously appears to have definitive lines of morals and ethics and values and stuff like that, and to not be afraid to show it, um, probably means that Bungie also, you know, has a pretty good internal situation going on where they're not just void of caring about things. You can see that. So it makes me wonder what it's like to work there and be an employee for that corporation because it shows that they care. They're willing to stand up for people's rights and beliefs and values. And I talked about it more yesterday. Check out the news segment if you're interested. Steam's most wishlist game is delayed nearly a year. Okay, we'll see about that. Uh, Chinese tech giant NetEase launches first gaming studio in the U.S. Take a look at that. Citizen Sleeper review. We'll see what that's about. Yeah, there's a big Steam sale right now. I saw this on Twitter last night, actually. Devolver Steam sale, right? Devolver's a great little. Isn't that what it's supposed to be? Do I need to? I probably need to update my. It was supposed to be. Pretty sure. There we go. Yeah, Publisher Weekend. So this weekend, um, a bunch of the Devolver games are on sale. Yeah. Inscription, awesome game. Loop Hero, there you go. We just played both of those. Their new one, Trek to Yomi, actually looks really, really cool. Weird West looks neat. I think it needs a bit more polishing from what I understand, but it looks cool. Hard Shark. Huh. Enter the Gungeon, great game. The Hotline Miami games, awesome. Absolver, Titan Souls, $1.50 for Titan Souls. That's a cool game. This is the Titan Souls actually the first game I ever streamed in the channel. And it's kind of like a little test to get started, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a cool little game. $1.50. My friend Pedro looks like it's pretty wild. Looks like a really cool little game. So yeah, all all the Devolver stuff basically on sale right now on Steam. So if you're interested, there you go. There you go. All right. Steep discount. We'll pull it up and look at it and see which ones are on the best sale right now. Okay. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Uh, 2. The sequel. Uh, additional iteration. Why do they not name these different names? Like, what is this? That's really weird to me. Like, it gets kind of confusing after a while. Like, they've got all these different like Call of Duty has all these games that are relatively named the same thing. I don't know. Uh, so the reveal date reportedly unveiled. We'll see what that's about. It, I can only assume that the game will come out a hot mess. I don't know. I hope not, but I mean, at least it seems like they're being released in better condition than Battlefield is at this point. But I don't think either one are doing great. Yep, got it pulled up already. New WWE game to be announced. We'll pull that up. We've been what's the other one that's coming out? The other one that's getting released is AWE, I think. That's the wrestling game being released. And now WWE is coming out with their own news about their game. It's good. They're going to have some competition there, which is good for the WWE, for the wrestling fans out there, gamers, wrestling fans. You know, to have another wrestling game out there to create some competition, hopefully elevate the quality of product that these developers are trying to, bring to those players and those fans of wrestling. Uh, Usually is what that will result in, and I think they need it. From everything that I know, the WWE games that have been created as of late have not been great as far as like lots of bugs and stuff like that on release. So I don't know. We'll see. I can't give you experience. I haven't played them, so that's just kind of what I've heard around the rumor mill news and stuff. We've already got the Hall of Fame stuff pulled up. GFN Thursday, 4K and 27 games on GeForce Now in May. We'll see what that's about. So, GeForce Now is their cloud streaming service, right? For Nvidia. We'll pull that up, see what games they're putting up for May. AMD's rumored smart access storage could speed up your. We'll find out. We'll find out. Let's dig in. We got all that pulled up already. Inside the colossal failure of Vin, the MTV of video games. Okay, so that the article we have up is literally about WWE signing a new video game deal. Okay, so we'll find out who that was with. It sounds like it might be 2K. There was thought they were going to pivot over to EA, but we'll see. We have an article pulled up. We got the Hall of Fame stuff pulled up already. Oh god, Bitcoin and NFTs. Give me a break. I'm not diving into that. We talk about it a lot. I'm not diving into it today. All right, last page. Let's go. Summer Game Fest is taking E3's June slot. All right, cool. At least there will be something in place of E3. I mean, E3 is not only not being held in person, it is they are not holding E3 at all. Not a stream, not a production, not a show, nothing for E3 this year. So I don't know. Sure, see things like Summer Game Fest coming in at the same time slot. We've got what is this? June 9th. I think June 6th is like Microsoft / Bethesda's big showcase that they're trying to bring out and show everybody what Starfield's going to be about. Among, I'm sure, other things. But you can see all these shows coming up, these showcases and things like that for video games, trying to take the E3's slot where a lot of their stuff would have normally, been shown off at E3. So we'll probably have more to come on that as we get closer. District 9 director Neil Blomkamp reveals new video game. Looks like a battle royale. We'll take a look, see what that's about. We already talked about TSM and their CEO Andy Din and the kind of culture apparently that he was toxic kind of culture he was cultivating within that organization. We talked about that yesterday. If you're interested, go check out that VOD. Acquisitions, yeah. Talked a lot about Netflix here recently too. Nothing's changed on that front since we talked about it last. So let's get in this. Now you can play Fortnite on your iPhone or Android for free with Xbox Cloud Gaming. Woohoo! Ever since Epic Games started its battle with Apple and Google over their App Store fees, playing Fortnite on your mobile device has been more difficult, if not impossible. You can try it on iPhone via NVIDIA's GeForce Now, but only if you got into a closed beta. Now, Epic Games has decided to partner with the company it spurned, Microsoft, and is putting Fortnite on pretty much anything with a screen for free via the Xbox Cloud Gaming service. Fortnite is the first free-to-play title to join Xbox Cloud Gaming, and Microsoft says that all you'll need to play in the 26 countries where it's available is a Microsoft account and internet access for your iOS, iPad OS, Android, or Windows device. It works through your web browser with touch controls as well as support for gamepads, and yes, you can even bring the game to Valve's Steam Deck Portable. Yeah, I remember reading an article where they were saying that Fortnite would not be coming to playable through Steam or anything like that, but appears now you'll be able to play it on their platform. Anyways, the Steam Deck, yeah. Microsoft says that for now, well, because also Steam has decided to. They came out at the end of last year, beginning of this year, and were like, we are not planning on having any kind of subscription service for our platform, which prompted Microsoft to get involved and go, what can we do about running Game Pass through Steam? You know, and it's just kind of a win for both companies, really. So that is something that's in the works right now, which obviously here you are, and because it's on Game Pass, Fortnite is on Game Pass now, you'll be able to play it on the Steam Deck, yeah? Microsoft says for now it will evaluate feedback, but it plans to bring more free-to-play titles to the cloud. For Epic, it gets its game back in front of users who were otherwise barred because they couldn't install the game or who just wanted to play when they are away from their main gaming machine. And unlike GeForce Now's closed beta, the web version is on Android, not just iOS. For Microsoft, it can bring more people into the Xbox ecosystem, make them aware of its cloud gaming capabilities, and maybe sell a Game Pass subscription or two. More titles are launching mobile versions these days. If you can play a full console or PC level title on your phone, tablet, or underpowered laptop for free, could do a lot to change gamers' preferences. Part of the pitch isn't just for gamers either. Microsoft's blog post points out how many people are trying out cloud gaming. Over 150 titles already include touch control support for any developers trying to reach new audiences. It's a little surprising to see Epic partner with Microsoft because we learned during the Epic versus Apple trial, the companies had long been in talks and that Epic deliberately decided not to bring Fortnite to the Xbox Cloud. Viewed Microsoft's efforts with xCloud to be competitive with our PC offerings, admitted Joe Kreiner, Epic's vice president of business development. Epic doesn't seem to be taking a cloud version of Fortnite away from NVIDIA just to give it to Microsoft, by the way. A statement from NVIDIA GeForce Now boss Phil Eisler: we believe all games should be playable on any device and see today's announcement as an exciting one for all gamers. We are working with Epic to fully launch Fortnite with touch control, streaming with GeForce Performance on GeForce Now. Stay tuned for updates coming soon. Look, I say this quite often. I know, business is competitive, man, and you've got to see the business side of things, especially in a very tough industry such as gaming, right? But I always love to see individuals quote things like this that are sitting at the top of some of these companies. It gives me a bit of hope and a bit more respect for those companies where I know that these individuals that have these thought processes, such as, I mean, exactly what he said. We believe all games should be playable on any device. That falls directly in line with, what I talk about all the time is what I want for people is the same thing. I want as many people to have access to games as possible. The world I love, right? And to see individuals at the top of some of these very large companies have kind of that same mindset, apparently, is good. Microsoft, I've seen it a lot from Microsoft, the top of Microsoft's gaming division, and now we see it from NVIDIA as well, right? So it's not always about just competition. I understand that gaming's a business and it's very competitive. But for some of these companies, especially these big major companies, to not totally lose sight of the fact that what games are is something for us to have fun, and to have at least some sort of dedicated view and aim towards the gaming community and gamers as a whole, and trying to make sure that we all have access and that we're being presented with fun titles to play and stuff like that is encouraging. Cool. Miss Pacman clears path to World Video Game Hall of Fame. About time, dude. Miss Pacman, let's go. So it looks like this is what we have. Miss Pacman, Dance Dance Revolution, Sid Meier's Civilization, and The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Looks like these are the ones that were inducted into the Video Game Hall of Fame, yeah? Cool. Very nice, Miss Pac-Man for sure. Yeah, I mean all of them, right? There were a lot of titles in here though that were in the running for Video Game Hall of Fame this year that I was like, how are these not already in? Uh, the like there's a lot, man. Like I can see all of these. I can't remember all the ones that were. I wonder if they'll talk about it. We'll see. All the ones that were in the running. There were a lot that I was just like, wow, I can't believe it. More than 40 years after blazing a trail for female video game characters, Miss Pac-Man was introduced Thursday into the World Video Game Hall of Fame, along with Dance Dance Revolution, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and Sid Meier's Civilization. The Hall of Fame considers electronic games of all types each year: arcade, console, computer, handheld, and mobile. Inductees are recognized for their popularity and influence on the video game industry or pop culture over time. So that's important right there, right? Inductees are recognized for their popularity and influence on the video game industry or pop culture over time, right? So that is their main consideration for the inductees of the Hall of Fame, right? Do they meet this criteria? The Miss Pac-Man arcade game was released in 1981 as Midway's follow-up to Pac-Man, which entered the Hall of Fame Hall as part of the inaugural class of 2015. I think that's what I failed to recognize when we first saw this come up, is that they've only been doing the Video Game Hall of Fame since 2015. It's kind of wild. It's only been since 2015 that they started this. So I think that's why there's some of those titles that haven't made it in yet that I'm going, man, I can't believe that's not part of the Hall already. The Pac-Man sequel reimagined the main character to acknowledge the original game's female fans, according to the Hall. After selling 125,000 cabinets within the first 5 years, became one of the best-selling arcade games of all time. Nothing inherently gendered about early video games, said Julia Novakovic, senior archivist at the Hall. But by offering the first widely recognized female video game character, she says, Miss Pac-Man represented a turn in the cultural conversation about women's place in the arcade as well as in society at large. The class of 2022 was chosen from a field of finalists that also included Assassin's Creed, Candy Crush Saga, Minesweeper, NBA Jam, dude, give me some NBA Jam. Parappa the Rapper, I might still have that game on original Xbox. Resident Evil, Rogue, and Words with Friends. It is the 8th class to be inducted since the World Video Game Hall of Fame was established at the Strong National Museum of Play in Rochester, New York. Konami's Dance Dance Revolution, first seen in arcades in Japan in 1998, was recognized for helping to pave the way for other music-centered games like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. The fast-paced game put players on a dance floor with a screen in front to direct their moves. Music has been an integral part of human life since prehistoric times, so it comes as no surprise that DDR enjoyed a unique popularity that spanned ages, genders, and regions, said video game curator Lindsay Curano. A home version of the game followed on the Sony PlayStation in 1999. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, also released in 1998, came out for the Nintendo 64, yes, gaming console, and defined what a 3D action video game could be, Hall of Fame officials said. The award-winning game sold more than 7.6 million copies, that's a lot, worldwide, and continues to be recognized by some players and critics as one of the best video games ever made. Even today, developers... So, yes, it is. For a long time, it was considered like the best video game ever made. Funny enough, a lot of people are turning over into saying that Breath of the Wild is now the best video game. That's the way a lot of people feel. Breath of the Wild is the best video game ever made, is what a lot of people feel. Yeah, best game of all time. A lot of people have that sentiment about Breath of the Wild nowadays. So it's just kind of funny that it switched from one Zelda game, or is kind of pivoting from one Zelda game into another Zelda game, right? Even today, developers throughout the world credit The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time as influencing the way they create games. Digital games curator Andrew Borman said the game's sprawling 3D world, fluid combat, complex puzzles, time-shifting story combined to inspire a wonder in players that they have never forgotten. Sid Meier's Civilization, released in 1991, was recognized as an influential simulation and strategy game. The game, which invited players to develop their own empires, launched a series of successor games, including the most recent Civilization Beyond Earth and Civilization 6. The addictive nature of the game, which creator Sid Meier himself called the one more turn quality, and its nearly unlimited choices that prevent repetitive gameplay, earned Civilization recognition from Computer Gaming World as the best video game of all time in 1996, said John Paul Dyson, director of the Strong's International Center for the History of Electronic Games. Altogether, and given the extraordinarily long periods of play the game afforded, players have engaged with the Civilization series for more than 1 billion hours. Anyone can nominate a game for the world video. I can't. I feel like anytime I come up with like the word billion or million or trillion, it's just straight to Dr. Evil. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Anyone can nominate a game for the World Video Game Hall of Fame. Final selections are made on the advice of journalists, scholars, and others with knowledge of the history of video games and their role in society. Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. We knew this was coming. I just wasn't sure exactly when. So that's really neat. And congratulations to all those games, titles, and the developers behind them. That's amazing. That's great stuff. All right. Steam's most wishlist game is delayed by nearly a year. The day before, a mix of DayZ, The Last of Us, and The Division is moving to Unreal Engine 5. Oh, okay. So, yeah, Unreal Engine 5 got released earlier this year. Not too long ago. Month and a half ago, I think. Uh, and there are, we've seen some wild stuff from it already. Not, it, it, they've had it for a while. Things have already been developed on it, but it kind of got openly released earlier this year. Yeah. And some of the things that they're able to do with Unreal Engine 5, uh, super realistic graphics and things like that. It's pretty wild. And we've seen all kinds of games already taking a pivot to creating games in Unreal Engine 5. The latest Matrix game, because the Matrix movie that came out, that was all Unreal Engine 5, I think. Um, the um, the new Kingdom Hearts game is actually they've stated that they are pivoting over and going to redo all the graphics in the game before release for on Unreal Engine 5. Apparently, there are a lot of games that are like currently in development or that are going to Unreal Engine 5. It appears to be very good so far. Games are getting big because of it, though, storage wise. We're talking like 150 to 200 gigs worth of storage space that we're seeing right now for games that have been developed on Unreal Engine 5. The day before struck us this part DayZ, a smidge The Last of Us, and a bit of The Division thrown in for good measure. We got our first look at it back in 2021, the open world MMO survival game with zombies. Clearly wasn't the most original concept ever, but the games it's inspired by are pretty good. And it's being developed by the team that developed The Wild 8, the game that lets you eat your own dead body to survive in a pinch. I'm not familiar. That sounds wild. In my book, that makes The Day Before worth a second look all on its own. Interest in The Day Before is clearly high. It's number one on Steam's top wish list chart. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait longer than expected to find out if it's any good. And a bit of good news, bad news. Developer Fantastic told IGN that it's switching to Unreal Engine 5. That means it's going to be delayed by nearly a year past its intended date. Feeling and understanding the great responsibility that we face with enormous gratitude in our hearts, we're pleased to announce that The Day Before is switching to the new Unreal Engine 5 technology, the studio said. The transition to a more advanced and adapt open world's engine will make the gameplay of The Day Before even more fantastic. In this regard, we inform you that the new release date of the game will be March 1st, 2023. The Day Before looks pretty good in the release date trailer from last year that's embedded above, which obviously is no longer relevant as far as the whole release date thing goes. But the shift to Unreal Engine 5 could pay real dividends. We noted in our look at the new engine last month that it offers a number of features specific to open world games. One called World Partition handles on-the-fly loading and unloading of open worlds as players move through them, while another, Data Layers, enables developers to create different variations of the same world. Mamzelle, what's up, my friend? How are you? Such as daytime and nighttime versions, or in intact and broken geometry as layers that exist in the same space. Fantastic isn't the only studio to decide to make the switch to Unreal Engine 5. CD Projekt announced in March that The Witcher 4, how could I forget? The Witcher 4 is going to be on Unreal Engine 5 as well, because of its open world capabilities. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, for everybody that was hyped up about the day before, um, continue to be hyped until March of 2023. Apparently, that's if it releases on that date as well. We'll see. But there we go. Um, let's actually look this up real quick. I don't think I don't know if I've seen this yet. I think I have, but I'm not positive. The day before, I knew it. I knew it. Hold on. Good. Good. Tired. Let me restart my Steam real quick. I've got to get in the habit of restarting this before I start the stream up. It never fails anymore. uh, later at work, there's going to be a 2 hour power cut. So bringing my oh, there you go. Yeah, heck yeah, awesome. Heck yeah, getting paid to play games, man. You got it all figured out. How did you figure out how to get the power turned off at work though for that long, Mamzelle? I'm gonna go ahead and throw you that emote right there. Sorry, we're getting Steam pulled back up, guys. Just a second. Okay, we're good. We're good. That's good. Oh man. All right, let's go. Hydro called saying they're gonna do maintenance. All right. So this is yeah. I do remember seeing this. Yeah. It's got a bit of God, what was that game by Ubisoft? I played it for a while. I can't think of the name of it right now. The Division. It's got a bit of that third person Division kind of thing to it. Excellent. Yeah, for sure. I'll give you the thrashing of your life. Mr. Burns. I saw the guy doing his voice on a late night show not too long ago, like a clip of it. It was really good. Cool. Yeah, I've seen that. I just couldn't remember exactly. Uh, so release date's already been updated on Steam as well. March 1st, 2023. They've pivoted hard. Um, but I mean, it already looks really good. I can only imagine what I can only imagine that like their vision for this game, right? Their vision for this game and what they were doing with it, it looks very good already. But apparently, what Unreal Engine 5 can offer them as a tool in creating this game is going to significantly help them bring that vision to fruition, if you will. Um, Otherwise, I don't think they would be pivoting. Yeah. And pushing the release date out. So hopefully they're able to do everything they want to do with this game. It looks very cool. It looks very cool. We'll have to stay tuned to see how it goes. Okay. Wait, what? Dude, give me a break. Chinese tech giant Netease launches first gaming studio in U.S. and international push. Chinese gaming giant, Netease, which reported 9.8 billion of gaming revenue in 2020, excuse me, 2021, has been pushing aggressively into international markets over the past 2 years against the backdrop of tighter regulation in China. I think you're going to start seeing a lot of this. A lot of these Chinese devs and gaming businesses are going to start trying to get out. China is regulating really, really tightly on gaming. Jackalope Games will be tasked with creating new PC and console games for Netease. Chinese game, yep. Development studio called Jackalope Games is based in Austin, Texas, will be tasked with creating new PC and console games for Netease. The studio will be headed by industry veteran Jack Emmert. Netease, which reported 9.8, yeah, we talked about that. Last year, China introduced rules which cut the amount of time children under 18 can play video games, online games, to just 3 hours per week. 3 hours a week. Regulators also froze the approval of new game titles, and games now need to get the green light from regulators to be monetized in China. Last month, regulators approved a new batch of games for the first time since July. While its rival Tencent has been expanding internationally via acquisitions of other game developers, Netease has chosen instead to take small stakes in companies and open up its first-party studios. Company, which already has 2 gaming studios in Japan, is focused on developing games with global appeal, including The Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter titles. Xu Jinping, I think I might have butchered that. I'm so sorry if I did. Vice president at Netease and a top boss of the technology giant's video game business, told CNBC last year that he hopes 50% of the company's gaming revenue will come from overseas in the future, up from about 10% at the time of the interview. Netease has traditionally been focused on PC and mobile games, but has more recently begun to focusing on developing titles for consoles such as Xbox and PlayStation. The U.S. studio could help with churning out console games. All right, there you go. I think we're going to see more of this. I don't think this is the only company we're going to see really pushing heavy to get out of China. Regulations are strict, tight, and they are like against gaming, man, is what it feels like. PC Gamer is supported by its audience. When you buy through links on our site, we may earn, okay, yep, Citizen Sleeper review. Like Blade Runner, but you're a replicant, a synthetic being who has escaped from the corporation that built you. You hide in a space station that's become a rogue state, home to revolutionaries, refugees, and a pirate gang. While you are worrying whether you'll be hunted down and dramatically shot in the back, you're also worried about day-to-day survival. Citizen Sleeper is great at... Isn't this free on Game Pass right now, I think? I think it is. I think so. Citizen Sleeper is great at encouraging you to live a routine, where in Cyberpunk, I only went to bed if I was trying to trigger a side quest. Uh, Here I lived a day-to-day cycle that included sleeping, eating, working, and feeding a stray cat. Some of it was mechanically necessary, and some of it was pure roleplay. We like role-playing. Each morning, your synth flesh body wakes up and a pull of dice are rolled, each of which you can spend performing an action. The higher the number, the better you'll do. I might spend a 6 on a job where I help a local mechanic clear a ship's tangled sun cells, but I didn't roll anything else higher than a 4, so I'll probably do a mediocre job clearing the section of the overgrown greenway where I want to set up a mushroom farm. Lower numbers aren't useless, as there's another side to the station. In the data cloud, where your consciousness floats free of the synthemate that needs to eat and sleep, you hack systems by spending dice. Only here it's about matching numbers rather than having high ones. I can spend a 1 seeing what this agent of the Yadigan gang is up to, or I can duck out of the data cloud, spend it working a shift at the noodle place, where even if I do a bad job, at least I'll be allowed to eat a few noodles and get back some energy. So it's not all Blade Runner. Citizen Sleeper ended up reminding me of Planets? Plantes? Plantus? I'm butchering that. The series about blue-collar workers who collect garbage in space. Like Plantus? Citizen Sleeper is focused on ordinary people. Exploring each section of the station includes new characters who are depicted in expressive anime portraits superimposed on the station, beside which blocks of text tell their stories with choice and consequence moments of interaction. Characters include a botanist studying the strange fungus that grows wild on the station, a bar owner who wants to renovate, shipyard worker trying to get off station to find a better life for his daughter, and a mercenary whose ship mind has been stolen. You never know who is going to be worth befriending. Some might abandon you, waste your time, or betray you. Who do you trust? Hubba, hubba, hubba. Who you gonna trust? The Joker. Uh, their stories unfold over time. The UI tells you how many cycles before the next chapter begins. So while waiting, you go back to work at the bar or the farm stacks, explore the rotunda or the hub, and try not to fall apart. Thanks to the corporation who planned your absence, you've got a condition stat in constant decay. As it ticks down, you get less dice to spin. Like a mobile phone or a light bulb, sorry, you're not made to last. Stabilizer you need to refill your condition is expensive and hard to source. As Citizen Sleeper goes on, you get better at exploiting its systems and find solutions to these problems. I made money playing a game called Tavla at the Tambor Tea Room, excuse me. Like so many RPGs, gambling is the best way to get rich, and got my mushroom farm set up nicely. I even moved out of the shipping container I slept in. The game has multiple endings, some of which let you continue playing to find others. By the time I was done, I hadn't seen any attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion or sea beams glittering in the dark. But I had freed an AI from a vending machine, foiled a couple of corporate schemes to get toeholds on the station, and renovated a bar. I didn't want to leave, and I hit the credits 3 times, finding multiple endings in one playthrough. Wow. That's the best recommendation I can give Citizen Sleeper. It let me build a life I wanted to keep living. When I go, who will harvest the mushrooms? Who will feed the stray cat? That's cool, man. I'm pretty sure Citizen Sleeper is on Game Pass right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Citizen Sleeper sci-fi role-playing game launches May 5th. Will be available to Xbox Game Pass subscribers the same day. So that was yesterday. So there you go. If you have Xbox Game Pass, Citizen Sleeper, yo, random mode time, by the way. Dude, moto hot. Uh, that might be a cool little play. It looks pretty neat. Sounds neat. Different endings and stuff. But there you go. It's on Game Pass right now, also. So if you have Game Pass, it might be worth giving it a shot if you're interested. Devolver's latest Steam sale includes some steep discounts. Older games are up to 90% off. Newer games are on sale for the first time. Indie publisher, boutique label for odd-core games, and provider of the only interesting E3 conference. Devolver Digital is currently having a publisher sale on Steam. Yeah, Devolver's a wild little pub. Yeah, I like them. Among the games being offered deeply discounted is the Talos Principle on sale 90% off, Titan Soul, Serious Sam 3, and Shadow Warrior 2. More recent released games by them are also enjoying their first significant discounts. Blob Monster platform Carrion. Oh, Carrion looks really cool too. You play as like a, I think you're like on a space station or something. I don't know, but you're like this. I guess what would be considered the antagonist, right? You're like this crazy creature, and you work your way through this space station. And you're like eating all the humans and stuff. It looks really wild. Bird Reaping Action Adventure Death's Door is 40% off, and roguelike card game Inscription is 30 off. We just played Inscription. It's awesome. You should totally check it out if you like card games. Cowboy Horror Immersive Sim Weird West is 25% off, and that one only came out last month. Yep. The Devolver Digital Publisher Sale has taken over Steam with obscenely generous discounts on Devolver Digital games. Devolver writes in a press release that labels the sale a publisher weekend. You know what's cool about Devolver too? When I was just spending a little bit of time looking through some Twitter posts last night, and like 3 days ago, I think it was something like that. Devolver actually posted on Twitter. They were like, if you're planning on buying any of Devolver games, wait a few days, like giving people a heads up, like a sale was coming. You know what I mean? How cool is that? They literally like. Let me see. I'll actually pull it up, man. I found that pretty cool. Uh, Let me find this. I found it really neat. They did, dude. They are just spammed out on here. Yeah, right here, May 4th. 2 days ago, yeah, 2 days ago. So Devolver tweeted out, "Don't buy any Devolver digital games on Steam until Thursday morning, unless it's pre-ordering Trek to Yomi. Trust us." How cool is that, dude? That's really neat. Like they're like, yo, don't buy any of our games until Thursday. Trust us. If you're trying to buy stuff on Steam, just wait. That's really neat, dude. That's pretty cool. And they're a fun company, man. They always do really cool like showcases and stuff that are really wild. Not necessarily like kid appropriate or anything, more aimed towards adults, but they're always really wild and funny and fun and stuff. So really cool. Devolver all the way around. Very neat. So there you go. If you're interested in some Devolver games, then right now on sale on Steam, okay? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 reveal date reportedly unveiled. Seems like we now have a well defined window of when Modern Warfare 2 will finally be revealed. Excuse me. Over the course of the past few weeks, Activision and developer Infinity Ward have openly been dropping new teases related to the unveiling of this year's Call of Duty title. While we have yet to know for sure when MW2 will probably be shown off for the first time, there you go, Pinky. What's up, buddy? A new report has given us a better idea of what to expect. Coming by way of Expeditor, it was said that Activision and Infinity Ward are planning to formally reveal Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 early next month in June. Okay. The reveal itself is said to be coming in the form of a trailer for the game that will likely only feature footage from the campaign. Following this, Activision is said to be planning another showing of the game that will show off raw gameplay footage. Although it's not yet known where this presentation will take place, an event such as Summer Game Fest, where they say 9th of June, 8th of June. It said 9th of June. I should just keep reading. Set to take place on June 9th might be one such venue for this, yeah. In addition to Expeditor, one other Call of Duty insider is reporting that early June is now the reveal window for Modern Warfare 2. Specifically, the insider, who goes by the name of @GhostOfHope, has claimed that June 2nd will be the day on which the trailer for MW2 is revealed. Previously, this user had claimed that May 30th would be the announcement date, but they've clearly heard new information since that time. Important to stress that with the reveal of June, even though June is looking like the reveal window for MW2, plans could always end up changing internally at Activision. Take everything here with a grain of salt, basically, yeah. But probably. Oh, I doubt, dude, I don't think so. I don't think I'm ahead of you. Dude, I didn't really progress yesterday at all. I got real three head. I got stuck, dude, on you're gonna laugh, dude. I got stuck yesterday. I got stuck yesterday trying to gold that one stupid level with the assassination stuff. You're at 10 HP, dude. I'm not above. I'm not past that. I'm not past that, dude. I'm not past that. Uh Yeah, I gotta go back and do that one actually, to try to get all the food and everything. That's the one with the food. Is that right? I don't know. We'll take a look. Yeah, yeah. I got real three. Dude, I was playing yesterday. So real quick, I was playing yesterday. I went back. I wanted to gold that level, right? I wanted to gold that level with the assassination, having to get all the clues and everything. And I was like, all right, so we'll stack money. I went through, dude. I had plenty of money, and I didn't even pay attention to the because I'd already done it twice, right? And it was the same killer every time. I didn't even pay attention to the clues. I just got all the clues, and then I just clicked it was Borden, and it was like you're wrong, and I'm like what? So then I ended up. How did I fail the next one too? I failed the next one too. I can't remember how. I died on the last battle. I didn't have hardly any life, dude, and I died on the last battle. I was not playing very carefully yesterday, and and it was just super three head, dude. Super. What's funny is the one time that I didn't look at the clues, uh, it was not Borden. Every other time I played, it was Borden, dude. Yeah, yeah. Every other time I played, it was Borden. Just the one time I didn't pay attention to the clues because I was like, oh, it's always Borden, right? Every other time I'd been through it, it was like, it's Borden. They're like, nope, it's not. Gungeon. So I had to like do it all over again, and then I lost on the last battle once too, and I was like, oh man. So I don't think I'm any further than you are, really, dude. We'll see though. It's good to see you, buddy. New WWE role playing game to be announced. Why gaming is a priority for WWE. Yeah, look, they're obviously now they see that. Yo, can you not pause, dude? Stop. There's a new wrestling game coming, AWE, right? And WWE is going to feel the pressure now. They've been really the only wrestling game, as far as I know, mainly in the gaming world for a while now. Feel free to enlighten me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, WWE Chief Brand Officer Stephanie McMahon touted during today's Quarter 1 2022 earnings call how the company is extremely pleased with the relaunch of the WWE 2K franchise. Noting they listened to fans and customers and earned their trust back, she called WWE 2K22 release a commercial and critical success. These games always release with a ton of bugs. From what I have read and understand, these games always release with a ton of bugs. Innovation and interactivity are critical to the success of any media property. She said, "We were extremely pleased with the relaunch of our premium video game console franchise, WWE 2K. After taking a little more than a year off to improve the game engine, we worked hand in glove with our partners at Take Two, listened to our customers and fans, and earned back their trust by delivering a game that exceeded their expectations. WWE 2K22 was a commercial and critical success with the highest Metacritic scores on both Xbox and PlayStation platforms in franchise history, with over 5.6 million hours viewed on Twitch to date." Okay. The highest scores ever doesn't mean they were still good, right? Uh, McMahon, can you please, dude, mention how they continue? Oh my glob. How they continue to see strong performances with their game Supercard mobile game and Scopely's WWE Champions mobile game. Uh, I guess there have been mobile games, just not like big platform games, really. Uh, Gaming is a priority for WWE to reach. What? Why does this keep starting, dude? Our next gen audience, with over 80% of WWE's audience self identifying as gamers and nearly 60% of the gaming audience in general being 34 years or younger. Get me out of this. Good night. Let me see this real quick. Let's see some reviews here. Why is 2K19 $60? You can pay $60 and get the new game. It's $60 for all of these. Yeah, it's $50 for 2K17. What? Why? Okay, so here you go. Check it out. Mostly positive. 74% of the 3,500, roughly 3,600 user reviews are positive. Recent reviews. 69% of the 1,100 user reviews in the last 30 days are positive. So this game, oh dude, no way. Bugs. How do you make a game even worse? It worked better before the latest patch. Still unplayable since last patch. Worst experiences I've ever had. Games average to good, something you should expect from WWE to 2K20. Price of DLCs are way high, and 2K support is the worst, regretting ever purchasing the game. Barely play the game because of driver errors. This doesn't happen when I play other games, so that's a load of BS. Fix your servers I can't get in an online game. Everything I know about these WWE games is that they are not great games. They are quite often buggy messes, not very polished, and I think it's very, very good that we've got a different wrestling game coming to the market to kind of bring some competition in, right? Because these games, from what I understand, are always released as a hot mess. So I don't know, man. GFN Thursday caught in 4K. Oh, my bad. There we go. 27 new games arriving on GeForce Now in May, alongside 4K streaming to PC and Mac apps. Shut your mouth. Enjoy the finer things in life. May is looking pixel perfect for GeForce Now gamers. So RTX 3080 members can now take their games to the next level, streaming at 4K resolution on the GeForce Now PC and Mac native apps, joining 4K support in the living room with Shield TV. A list of 10 titles ready to play today: Star Wars Battlefront 2, Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars Squadrons, all part of the 27 total games joining the GeForce Now library in May. Do they list them? Yeah, they list some of them. GeForce Now is always upgrading. As of today, RTX 3080 members playing from the PC and Mac native apps can stream at 4K resolution, 60 frames per second. Fan favorite Star Wars games now in 4K. Battlefront 2. Jedi Fallen Order. And Star Wars Squadrons. May games inbound. Kicking a month off with May's new gaming arrivals. Members can try out Backbone Prologue, streaming on the cloud before jumping into the full title. Also dive into 27 total games coming in May, with 10 titles leading the pack this week. The following are ready to stream today: Bakery Simulator, Oaken, Dinosaur Fossil Hunter, Warhammer 40,000, Chaos Gate, Demon Hunters, Trek to Yomi, the new one we were just talking about from Devolver, right? Crowns and Pawns, Kingdom of Deceit, Frozenheim, and the Star Wars games we just talked about. Plus, it's it's Dead, Evil Dead. The game is coming. Epic Game Store. The game is coming to GeForce Now this month. Yeah, this game actually looks pretty cool. I mean, it's like another one of those kind of horror spin-off games, like Dead by Daylight, right? But it looks really good. It does look very fun for anybody that likes that genre of games. You know, like Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight. Evil Dead looks really neat. It does. It looks pretty good. So we'll see. We'll keep track. But also coming in May, Brigandine, The Legend of Runergia, Neptunia, Cepheus Protocol Anthology, Evil Dead, Old World, Vampire the Masquerade Swansong, Crossfire Legion, Out There, Oceans of Time, My Time at Sandrock, Turbo Sloths, Pogo Stuck, Rage with Your Friends, Raji, An Ancient Epic, Star Conflict, The King of Fighters 15, Planet Crafter, Political Machine 2020, yet another Zombie Defense HD. On the top of the titles announced in April, an extra 22 ended up coming to the cloud. Check out the additional games that were added last month: Conan Exiles, Dune Spice Wars, Fell Seal, Arbiter's Mark, God of War, Holo Minto, Leela Sky Arc, Lost Ark. We love us some Lost Ark. Lumote, please. MotoGP 22, Need for Speed Heat, Northgard, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, Prehistoric Kingdom, Romans Age of Caesar, Sea of Craft, Sherlock Holmes The Devil's Daughter, Space Punks, Terraformers, Trigon Space Story, Tunic, Vampire the Masquerade, Blood Hunt, and Warstride Challenges. Win Argos. Tomorrow. You know how we do, man. Yeah, to anybody that is seeing this now or later after it's been live and posted to YouTube or a highlight on the channel, we play Lost Ark every weekend. That's our weekend content. I usually hop in there maybe for a little bit at night just to stay current on some daily stuff. But we have a guild set up. We have members of the community that play. We have a good time. If you're interested, we have a Lost Ark channel in the Discord. You can find the link on both the YouTube page and the stream, or the Twitch side as well. And other than that, if you're interested and you want to get part of the guild or whatever and just hang out with us, play some Lost Ark, North America East Vicus server. Okay, that's where we're at. Cool. Yeah, did you see Pinky, did you see Metal's comments in the server in the Discord channel last night? AMD's rumored smart access storage could speed up your gaming laptop's SSD. New tech for speedier storage might be revealed at Computex. AMD is planning to bring in new tech, which is apparently called smart access storage, and so is presumably some kind of storage speeding innovation. Although the rumor mill is especially vague on any details here. This comes from Video Cards, which claims to have received info on said smart access storage, but as noted, there are no details provided as to exactly what this feature might be. So we are left to speculate on that score. What we do know, or at least what this nugget from the grapevine tells us, is that a Corsair gaming laptop will be the first device to come with smart access storage on board, and that's scheduled to launch in June. So it's a pretty fair bet that AMD will reveal its storage innovation at Computex 2022 at the end of May, although remain skeptical about all of this naturally. Analysis: what will smart access storage be exactly? Total speculation, obvious educated guess that smart access storage will be some kind of storage acceleration so games will run better. AMD already has smart access memory tech that allows for performance gains by facilitating the CPU to have full access to the GPU's memory with supporting hardware. This is Team Red's version of resizable bar, of course. So presumably, smart access storage will run alongside this. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. So right here is exactly what I was wondering. So what it might be, as Video Cards suggests, is the name for AMD's spin on Microsoft's direct storage feature, right? Uh, which was officially launched for the PC a couple of months back. This clever tech not only speeds game loading times, primarily on NVMe solid state drives, also enables open world games to run more smoothly with swifter loading of assets on the fly. Furthermore, with Windows 11, it could really reduce CPU overhead considerably too. SAS could be AMD's own tech, of course, and something entirely different related to speeding the way storage works. But if it is Team Red's take on direct storage, which does seem like the most likely state of affairs, what we have to bear in mind is that this tech needs to be supported by game developers. Yes, I think the first PC game coming out with it. Oh, what is the name of that game? That was supposed to be released in March, I think, and it got pushed back to October. Uh, there's only one title which currently Forspoken. Thank you. I need to just keep reading, man. Uh, one title which currently does so currently Forspoken, that isn't out until October. Assuming it isn't delayed again, it was supposed to be released in like March, I think, and got delayed to October. But that is the first title for PC that is supposed to be using Microsoft's direct storage technology, which is supposed to help across the board. Uh, all of which say if smart access storage is indeed based on direct storage, won't be something that's going to make a big splash anytime soon in terms of its real world rather than theoretical impact. Yeah, but I mean, that's the way most technology works, right? At least the fact that this is something that has been developed and is going to be pushed out through things in the future is good for us. Anything that's better as far as playing games to make them run smoother, load faster, things like that. It's good. So it'll take time to incorporate, but it's still good. Yeah. So we'll keep touch on this and see if this AMD tech smart access storage is, and I would assume it is, going to be the same thing as Microsoft's new tech. Well, we'll keep track. Inside the colossal failure of Vin MTV, a video game. This is going to be a long one. This is going to be a long one. I'm not. Let's see if we can TLDR this real quick. Where's the summary? Give me the summary. Good night, dude. Uh, I'd lose my voice. Uh, I'm gonna post this in chat so you guys can take a look at this if you're interested. It's probably a pretty interesting article actually, but I'm not gonna read the entire thing for the news segment. Um, So we'll just read the summary here. Vin is essentially non-existent online nowadays. It hasn't updated any of its social media pages since August, nor has it posted content to any of its YouTube channels since last summer. In fact, if you try to access Vin's website, you get an error message saying that it is an inactive domain. Unless Vin finds a buyer that wishes to spin production back up, all of this is unlikely to change. Vin was meant to usher in a new era of games media. Instead, the foundations allegedly were similar to those of the old one: sexism, manipulation, and mismanagement, which unfortunately we hear about all too often in the gaming industry, right? And I mean, I know it's not just rampant through the gaming industry, but this is what our world is about here and the channel's about. So that's what we're focusing on. In other words, the same allegations and accusations that have plagued company after company after company after company. This is an opportunity that is born from chaos. Kusin told the Hollywood Reporter about Vin's rushed launch to capitalize on the pandemic. Vin was not only born from chaos, but its short life was defined and ended by it too. Cool. Probably a pretty good article. I'm not super familiar with Vin, but there you go. Summer Game Fest is taking E3's June slot. So June 9th, Summer Game Fest. Let's go. Summer Game Fest will kick off this year on June 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, with a live show hosted by, as my college Ash Parrish described him, consummate video game hype man Jeff Keighley. According to a press release, the show will be streamed on basically every platform, including YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. After the big premiere show will be Day of the Devs, where indie game developers can show off what they're working on. I love that. As GameSpot notes, developers submit their games for consideration to be included in the show. Like last year, that show is being presented by I Am 8-Bit and Double Fine, the studio behind games like Psychonauts, Grim Fandango, and Broken Age. The SGF website says, excuse me, I'm going to take a drink here. To stay tuned for its announcement of other partners that will be part of the show. The elephant in the room for this announcement is E3, yeah. Earlier this year, we heard that the gaming convention was canceled for this year. It traditionally happened around the same time that Summer Game Fest is scheduled for, but in recent years, there's been a trend of the big game studios just holding their own press conferences or events. Seems to be the case this year as well. The Summer Game Fest website notes that on June 12th, Microsoft is holding an Xbox and Bethesda game showcase. Yeah, we talked about that. Mainly, the big ticket item there is they're promoting Bethesda's new game. I want to keep saying StarCraft. That's not it. I can't think of the name of that game right now, man. What is it? Help me, chat. And I spelled that wrong. Starfield. Good night. Starfield. Thank you. Thank you, Google machine. Keighley and others seem to be aware of the shifting landscape. Summer Game Fest was announced just as we heard about E3 being canceled, and one person on Twitter joked about the fest being named Key 3 this year. It seems that if you're waiting for news on a game, Summer Game Fest will be the thing to watch this year. At the show last year, we saw Elden Ring gameplay, announcement of Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Yeah. The Summer Game Fest does a good job. Yeah. And Jeff's pretty good at running all of that. District 9, I'm sure we'll be watching reruns of it in the channel after it happens. District 9, because I don't know if they're going to let us stream it. If they let us co-stream it, I probably will, but I doubt they're probably going. I don't know. I can't remember if they're okay with that or not. Traditionally, we'll figure it out as we get closer. Yeah. District 9 director Neil Blomkamp reveals a new video game. Developer Gunzilla Games has officially revealed Off the Grid, a new battle royale game slated to release in 2023. District 9 and Elysium director Neil Blomkamp joined the studio last year as its chief visionary officer. Studio's first project was simply teased as a multiplayer shooter. Now Blomkamp and the rest of the team have revealed a lot more information about the game, how it will set itself apart from other battle royale titles on the market. In an interview with GameSpot, Blomkamp hinted that Off the Grid will put a much larger focus on narrative. I think with scriptwriter Richard Morgan and I, one of the things that's really sort of bubbling to the surface is this idea of creating an incredibly deep narrative and sort of lore history of how this whole place came to be, Blomkamp told GameSpot. So on this island, you have corporate sabotage, espionage, and things that are happening that result in the hiring of assassins. Those are basically the players that you embody. And through doing that, you can see how this world of refugees and contractors and mercenaries for hire and corporate elites all create this really interesting bubbling powder keg of conflict and layers and layers and layers of characters and stories that you can go into in different ways in the future. In Off the Grid, players will have the option of creating a character that belongs to one of 3 different factions. Factions will apparently be competing for control over a space elevator that's being used to mine asteroids for valuable resources. Players will have the option of completing narrative goals during the battle, and those accomplishments can have an impact on the storyline over time. Information about each of the factions in the game has not been revealed. And Blomkamp and the team would not tell GameStop whether players would have the opportunity to switch between them. So far, Off the Grid sounds like an ambitious battle royale. Seems to be seen whether Blomkamp and his team will be able to deliver on the game's promise, but if successful, it could push the genre into an interesting new direction. For now, fans of the director will just have to wait and see what the future holds. Let's see. Let's see if we can take a look at this real quick. Okay. Well, it was a cinematic trailer, that's for sure. Anybody have anything else for gaming news this morning? Anybody? Um, that's all we found in our search. So we will be moving on to Hand of Fate 2, Day 3. And I don't know. Thanks to everybody who's always here, being a part of what we do. And that'll be it for the news segment. If you weren't able to catch it live, then it'll be uploaded to YouTube and highlighted on the Twitch channel a little bit later. If you are watching this after the fact of it being live, then especially on YouTube, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Maybe leave me a comment so we can have some discussion about some of the things the topics we came across today. And yeah, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind, and hopefully we will see you for the next segment of the news. Yeah, every morning, 6 a.m. Central North American time. Come hang out with us. We have a good time doing the news and then moving on to gaming. But that'll be it for the news segment, and we will see you tomorrow.